Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Seven of Swords. Can I introduce myself? Why do I feel like I have to pull this out right now? Why does that have to be the overall energy right now though? I mean, it is what it is. The Seven of Swords, this is Lord of Unstable Effort. If you're interested in knowing what deck this is the Hermetic Tarot deck. Sometimes on this channel, if you're new, welcome, by the way. I mean, I just got interrupted very quickly. I'm a medium. I'm a no tools reader by nature. What that means is I don't really need cards to give you a message. Usually I channel a little bit in the beginning. Channeling is the process of sharing the visions that I'm having. A lot of times I have visions of the cards. I'll spit the names out and then I'll pull the cards after to confirm the messages I've already given you, etc. But sometimes they just go into it. And that means when they do something like that, when I mean they, it means my spirit team and also the energy around, etc. It means the energy is that strong in regards to this. Like it hit me like a ton of bricks that it needs to be pointed out. And the Seven of Swords says Lord of Unstable Effort. It's also a card of trickery, deception, wanting to get away with something, etc. But what's interesting is, like I said, I pick up on energy. I'm not just a tarot reader. I'm seeing this card. So as a tarot reader, I can tell you what it means. But the energy that I'm picking up on, and we're going to dissect this, we're going to go into a lot of detail, is the opposite. Like, I was not picking up on that energy. I wasn't. I'm not. But it's the first card. I think the message off the bat is that there may be some self-deception going on here. Because the Seven of Swords is also self-deception. Tripping yourself up. You might have some kind of paranoia that somebody doesn't have good intentions towards you, or they're cheating, or they have a million other women or men, or they're just deceiving you in some way. And it's because you are perceiving unstable effort from this person. But I, as a medium, am picking up on the completely opposite energy. So maybe the message is to let you know that that is not what's going on. And maybe you're perceiving things through a negative lens. They want you to step back. I have to call it as I see it. Okay? Because now I'm channeling. Now I saw the Moon card. The Moon card is your shadow side, the subconscious. It might be fears because of things that have happened in the past, whether in childhood, with this person even, or through past relationships. At any slight hint of unstable effort, you may react, get defensive. The number 7 is like a very defensive number. And you probably maybe even asked for a sign. Should I trust this? Should I not? A regular tarot reader would say, do not trust it. It's a Seven of Swords. But as a medium, I'm telling you, it's the opposite. Because what I do is a combination of the card. And I'm going to confirm. I'm going to pull more cards. We're going to channel some more. Okay? But what I do is a combination of mediumship, sharing my visions, my messages, channeling, and the cards. Because you get a greater confirmation in that way. Because you see this. Now I gave you a message saying I perceive the opposite. Now I'm going to pull cards to confirm that. That just gives it a little extra, boost of confidence. Because remember, why does Spirit even make me go through that trouble? It's not trouble for me anyway. It's natural. But because thoughts create our reality. And they want you to know that that's part of this message. So you can see a million readings, all you want. But if by the end of the reading, you're like, oh, that's not true. Yeah, right. Guess what? At the end of the day, we have free will. So whatever if you leave the reading with doubt, then that is what you're going to manifest. So that's why they do a lot of things on this channel, just to confirm. Okay? Meanwhile, look, Four of Wands, Lord of perfected success, a perfected work. Four of Wands is a union, it's a home, it's stable, it's stability. But I'm still going to shuffle. Before I even do that, let me shuffle while I didn't even get to introduce myself. But I guess that's the main theme of this reading. I want to thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart and beyond. Okay? For helping me with this whole algorithm issue that I was having with YouTube, and still am kind of, but you guys have helped so much. And I hate to keep repeating it for those of you, I repeat it for those that are new so they don't know. But like a while ago, like YouTube, all of a sudden, it must have been because of something I said in a video, they didn't demonetize me, but they might as well have. And it really, I do this full time, it really affected my finances. And if it does, then it'll stop me from being able to keep doing this. So it wasn't sustainable. So I was asking you guys to please help me with the algorithms to try to make this to change. Because what happens is they base whether or not they recommend your videos based on likes, comments, and shares. And whether or not you watch the ads. All of that helps so much. So you guys have been doing that. To show support, just drop even if it's just an emoji down below. It helps so much. Because if you like right away, like right now, if you're going to sit here and watch this reading, just hit like. You can share it to your own device. If you watch the ads, at least 30 seconds or all of it is even better. That's how they pay us. That's how they decide if they're even going to recommend us to other people. To not only to help me be able to keep this channel going, but it also spreads the message. And I want to tell you guys thank you, because what you've been doing actually has been helping. It has changed. It has changed. And it means more than you think, even if it's just a little effort from you. Okay, I want to know something. I want you to confirm the message that I just channeled about this Seven of Swords, Chariot, Lovers, Judgment. Are you serious? I just got the chills. That's how we're going to confirm the message that I just channeled about the Seven of Swords? Not with one, not two, but 3 major arcana. Major arcana, if you don't know, are the ones with the names. Like the Chariot, the Judgment, and the Lovers. Not the suits. The suits are the swords, the wands, the pentacles, the cups. Those are everyday experiences. Major arcana is major energy. Major soul lessons, life lessons. It will overpower the Seven of Swords. Like, whatever. This is self-deception. My God. I said to confirm the particular message that I channeled about this being self-deception, about you, your shadow side affecting how you're perceiving a person or a situation. It's not the case. You have to look within. What is it about you that's being triggered? I think that you need to see the situation through a different light. There could be something about black and white thinking here. I just channeled that, and as soon as I said that, I just realized that I'm using black and white cards. Confirmation. Black and white thinking, it's like if somebody doesn't do this, then they don't love me, or they're playing games. It could be a trauma response, Or maybe somebody, they don't want to talk. They must be hiding something. This kind of thinking. And we're going to go into it. And no shame. Okay? But for the Seven of Swords to be here, which is like deception, but then all of these major arcana, the Chariot, the Judgment, and the Lovers, that Seven of Swords is nothing. The Chariot says Lord of the Triumph of Light. The Triumph of Light. Meaning, in this situation, I'm getting this is about love, but remember, every reading is an intuitive exercise. So what does that mean? Especially for those of you that are new, have never heard me say that. What that means is I could be talking about love, but if you know intuitively that this message, this energy, because ultimately it's energy that I'm picking up on, relates to a career. Or if I'm talking about a career and you know this energy relates to your dog or your cat, or your family, or even aspects of you, yourself, and you, right? You can perceive it in that way. Only you will know. I'm going to share the details in regards to the most prevalent energy. What the biggest detail is, okay? But you have to see where this applies. The dark was taking over this situation for a long time. It says Lord of the Triumph of Light. The Chariot, the Chariot doesn't have a reverse feature, okay? No reverse. Once it's a vehicle, once you get on that chariot, you are moving forward. You are not going back to these old ways. And this person too. This could be about you. This could be flip-flop, whoever I'm talking about. It could say you, it could be them. It could be them, it could be you. Take it as it resonates. Somebody was either putting unstable effort, or you were perceiving that someone was putting stable effort. Either this person is getting on a chariot and is being triumphant over the shadow side that made them unstable, and being able to move forward, bring judgment to the situation and go after love. Or you are going to be the one that's going to stop perceiving things in such a dark way because of all of the past experiences that you've had, and you're going to allow this person to show judgment. Let them show up. Let them show you love. Let them move forward. Either way that you look at it, I am telling you, this is moving forward, releasing all of your baggage, coming to terms with it, healing, having a new life, new slate. It's Judgment Day, facing yourself and coming together with somebody that you love. This may be one of the shortest readings I've ever done, but this is clear as day. But it probably won't be short because I'm going to get into this. I can't just leave it here. This is a juicy message, but I need to know what this is about. So that's what we're going to do. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do it like this. There is true love here. This is a divine connection. It says here, children, which is not one child, children, two people, of the voice divine. Triumph of light. Somebody is going to move forward and come together with somebody in the true meaning of love. Do I mean does it have to be a relationship? Most likely, but doesn't have to be. Because sometimes the biggest lesson that we have to learn is unconditional love. Sometimes we need to learn to accept that somebody is not meant to be in our life romantically, but the love is so strong that you learn how to love without black and white thinking. Like, if they're not mine, then they need to be out of my life. You know? Maybe that's part of the lesson. But it's very hard for you to have the Lover's card here and not come together with somebody, to be honest. But I think the message is saying this connection has no shot of even forming, if it's even possible, if somebody doesn't take care of their instability, unstable effort. There is some kind of instability, whether it's up and down, in and out, either of you and this person. But there is definitely somebody here that has been showing up consistently, and somebody that's showing up inconsistently. The energy of love is already here. The energy of somebody wanting to move forward or like have some kind of good connection with you somehow is already here. The energy of someone coming back around is already here. Facing their baggage is already here. But the instability is still here, or the perception of it. Okay. They're saying that until you get this deception or self-deception out, there is going to be no triumph. But remember, there's a lot of you watching. So it could, but the biggest message that I got was the self-deception, like the black and white thinking. This is like the energy of like somebody that you love, somebody you went through a listen, if you have the Judgment and the Chariot and the Lovers, this is a soul connection. It could be a twin flame, right? So there could have been separation and coming together, separation, coming together, whatever it is a very deep connection. This is not like your average Joe that you dated, had a fling with in the summer. No, this is a deep connection, okay? Any way that you look at it, this love isn't going to go away. Any way you look at it, somebody is looking directly at you, like, hey, I'm going to bring judgments to the situation. Like, I'm just going to, like, I just love you, and like, that's it. Like, that's not going to go away. But there is a need to not lead with black and white thinking. You're at a big point of a lesson right now, and it could be this person or both. The lesson is how to move forward and face your demons in regards to whatever leads you to make unstable effort or to perceive that other people are making unstable effort so that you can have love. You can love people how they are without letting it affect you so much. For example, the only way that you can perceive unstable effort and get upset about it and lose your shit is if you allow it, right? Because you can technically love people from afar, right? Yes, you can. You have the choice of bringing judgment to yourself, getting on that chariot and saying, I'm going to love myself. You also have the power of modeling that for somebody. Like, this person is being deceptive, so I'm going to get on a chariot. I'm not going to engage in it. And if it's true love, they will step up. So there needs to be some kind of responsibility taken in regards to that. That's a lesson. If there's any kind of unstable effort, why are you there? But there is a big element of self-deception. Of like, you might be a little bit too hard on the situation. Things don't have to be all or nothing. If it's true love. But you have to honor what makes you feel good. Like, let's say you love somebody, you want to be in a relationship, they don't want to be in a relationship with you. However, you get angry, you cut them off, right? You're angry, you cut them off. Then what? Now you're causing yourself pain because you miss this person and you do care about them unconditionally. Now you're left with, it's black and white. The black and white thinking, it's what's deceiving you. It's like, okay, I don't find a way out, I feel stuck. What do I do? Well, did you ever think that gray is possible? You don't have to let somebody, this person, if you feel like they're doing stuff they can't control themselves and they lead you on, etc., you don't have to be there for that. But the alternative doesn't have to be completely blocking them and cutting them off either. Do you understand? This is a message about having control over your own life. You set your own boundaries and your parameters. You honor love. Here, you choose to honor it. You choose to lead with love. You cannot say you want unconditional love for somebody and then not love them unconditionally. Right? Now, don't confuse unconditional love with letting somebody walk all over you. No. And I'm channeling right now. This is what they want to say. And then we're going to go into more detail. Unconditional love means that you see the humanity in somebody. You see that they're going through a judgment process, that they're learning their lessons. And you know when to step away from that. There's a need to get out of this all or nothing mentality. Just let the light, I'm done. Done. When I say done, I'm not done. I'm just being dramatic because I'm dramatic. Because I'm being dramatic. It's this, oh my God, not only did we just get 2 more major arcana, there is a huge change happening here. Not only did we get 2 major arcana, but I channeled the moon and it came out next to the sun. What's interesting is what I channeled the moon in particular in regards to the 7 of Swords, and it's underneath the 7 of Swords. See, I didn't give myself time to channel all the cards like I usually do, but I did one. There it is, right? That's confirmation that Spirit is leading this message. The moon is the shadow, it's the subconscious. So the reason that they confirm in this way is because they want me to go back to the message I gave when I channeled that moon, because you can interpret the moon in so many ways, but they want you to know that the way I channeled that, that's what that meaning is. Meaning, when I channeled that, I said, the moon is very deep things, your shadow also, the subconscious, things that were programmed within you from childhood, from past relationships, breakups, even from this own person that have programmed you to, you know, be unstable or react to like any kind of slight or to black and white thinking or to perceive the worst in a situation. I kid you not. And underneath the Chariot is the sun. And this Chariot card in particular says Lord of the Triumph of Light. And what's underneath it? The light. It's a divine light. The sun card is the happiest card in the deck. Okay? It's the happiest card in the deck. This situation with you and this person is real love. Okay, this is divinely guided. To teach you a lesson in balancing out your dark and your light energy. They are next to each other. The moon card signifies the subconscious and the sun card signifies your conscious mind, right? So when they're together, it is the ultimate representation of awakening. It's knowing how to balance out your dark and your light instead of looking at things as black and white. Literally, this is the example that I gave you. The moon is black, the sun is white, you know, black and white thinking. It's like you're either all in the moon, all in your shadow, or all in your light, all happy. It's kind of, you know, I don't like it. It's kind of like a bipolar energy. I'm not talking about bipolar disorder, and I hate using that term. Okay, but the word bipolar itself is a word, doesn't have to be the disorder. Okay, it means polar opposites. Bi means two. Like there's no in between. So this is a lesson of learning the gray area. There is a need to just love somebody unconditionally. And somehow, some way, this will lead you to judgment in this situation. We're going to go into more detail to see who this person is, if it's going to come into if it's going to turn into a relationship or what this is. They want to give you the overall, the biggest message in regards to this first. And it is a big message because we just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana. I kid you not. I don't even know why I picked it up like that. Look at where it landed. I have to, because at this point I said we're gonna find out now if it's gonna turn into a relationship or not, etc. It's the 10 of Cups. Wow. I don't know who you are, but this is a very clear message. This may not be a very long reading because, I mean, look at what I'm seeing here. It's so clear. Right now, you're seeing the worst. The divine wants you to be a little bit more fluid. It's like you're refusing to get on the Chariot. Do you even notice that? You're not even getting on the Chariot. This is like the energy of like someone saying, do you want to go somewhere? And then you looked at the reviews. You're like, the reviews suck. I don't want to go there. And somebody's like, come on, can we just try it? Nah. It's completely black and white thinking. Like you can't say, well, let me just go on the, let me just let this rock. Let me try a different way. Get on the taxi, get on the Chariot, get there. All of a sudden you find out, wow, this was actually really freaking fun. It actually ended up working out, right? That's this energy. It's like you're not even allowing yourself to do that because whatever the situation right now is, you might not be able to control it. And that might be triggering you. Remember, it could be the other person. Or maybe you guys are reflections of each other because you can't control it, right? So you see this person romantically. Maybe you guys were in separation and now you talk, but they're not talking to you romantically. You can't see it in a gray way. And no one's invalidating that. That ish hurts. But they want you to say, but how do you feel when this person's out of your life? Is it really unconditional love then? Or is it attachment? And if this person has a shadow, which they do, because they're a human being also, and they cross the boundaries with you, and then you want to blame them, like, this is why I see you come forward, you don't want to be in a relationship setup, but you're acting like this. Well, the thing is that you have control over that. That's what the divine is trying to say. Like, you don't have to lose this person and lose the essence of embodying unconditional love in order to learn boundaries. And maybe those boundaries itself and that lesson will lead you to the outcome that you want without you even knowing. The divine saying, like, you're not even letting this give it a chance. This is supposed to go somewhere that you don't see going because you don't see it right now. Because right now you just see unstable effort. So you don't even want the fear of getting hurt is blocking you from even letting this be. Okay? No, you wouldn't be the first time somebody says, it wouldn't be the first time that somebody says, I wouldn't be in a relationship with you, and then it doesn't work out, and then you find out they don't. Likewise, it wouldn't be the first time in the world that somebody says, I don't want to be in a relationship with you, and next thing you know, you're married. Do you understand that? That is gray. The divine wants you to understand gray. This might be a situation where, because you don't see it forming romantically, you feel like you just want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Then you throw the baby out with the bathwater, you're hurting yourself. You're acting out of your shadow. And that might be the energy itself that has stopped this from forming in the first place. Because the thing is that there's love here. And that's undeniable because the Lover's card is there. So one way or another, regardless, that hasn't died, right? So that needs to count for something, doesn't it? But dude, what I'm looking at is the transition of unstable effort and everything we're going on to boom, I'm getting on a chariot. We're bringing judgment to the situation. I love you, you love me. We have balanced out our shadow and our light energies, and we have formed a relationship. We have perfected this. It says Lord of perfected success. The 10 of Cups is the ultimate relationship. It starts the ace to the 10. You can't go anywhere past the 10. The 10 is a union. It is a connection. And it happens when you guys finally reach judgment, both of you. All of the baggage, all of the crap that was in the coffins from ages ago. You see the coffins there? It's judgment day. All of that stuff comes out. Boom. Then you allow love. Then you balance out this light and dark energy. And you realize you can have gray. You perfect your love. Cups signify love. You perfect it. You guys are coming together. Because literally I said, we're going to confirm if this is even going to turn into a relationship. Or, remember, we have free will. That was one of the main messages in the beginning. So I'm not going to feed you a fairy tale. Because, the thing is, how long has it been? 28 minutes, 25 seconds? Was that what I saw on the device? The thing is, this is a very complex situation. For me to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana and 6, if you're looking at what's at the bottom of the deck right here, with the 2 of Cups, I gotta pull it out, and I'm gonna leave that space there. That's 6 major arcana. Those are 6 major life lessons. That is huge energy. So in 28 minutes or whatever I just said, there is no way, as much as I try to reach the depth of the intricacies of this connection that you have with this person and with yourself. But I can try, So it might sound like a fairy tale. Like, yes, this is going to work out. You're going to balance out your dark and light energies. You're going to come to a relationship. I'm telling you, that is what I see here. But being that we started with the 7 of Swords, being that we have so many major arcana, being that you have to get stuff out of the coffins, being that you have to get to a place where you balance out your dark and your light, that means it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps. It is hard work. This is hard work. Are you willing to put in the hard work? There is something here in regards to reflection. Because dark and light, the moon and the sun, that creates reflection. It's light. There is something about you and this person reflecting each other. You guys are perfect mirrors of each other. So as if you're looking out for their instability, you're going to act unstable. You might even inspire them to act unstable and so on. Then they look out for yours and it's like a loop. There's a need to get on a chariot and just see this whole situation just in a way that you've never done it before. Because if you're single to this day, then whatever the hell you were doing or however the hell you were perceiving life has not worked out for you. That's what it is. Nobody is invalidating the hardship that you've gone through or anything that you've gone through with exes, etc. But the divine wants you to take a little bit more control of your life because you deserve to have control over your life. You deserve to control your life in a positive way, to have that free will over your destiny, and understand that you are not victim to all the things that you've gone through. So therefore, the divine wants you to know, hey, if things haven't worked out in the past, maybe it's time to just see things differently. Maybe if you see everything, you're looking out for unstable effort, you've been leading with fears, you have good reason, but maybe you should try to do the uncomfortable. And that might bring you closer to something, at least the possibility of coming towards what you want. And if it won't be with this person, I guarantee you, it will bring you to a position where you will meet the love of your life very soon. But from the beginning, see that this is a love connection. Because I was talking about you and another person. This is clear. This love is so strong. I feel it. So because I'm saying black and white energy, and there's a justice card here with just the yin and the yang, see, and it's black and white and needing the balance, you see? What's yin and yang? Yin and yang energy is the balancing out of masculine and feminine energy. The moon is the feminine energy. The sun represents masculine energy. It's the same thing. The yin and the yang. You guys complement each other. These are two of the same, you and this person. This is a twin flame connection. This is what this is. And they came out next to the Two of Cups, which is 1, 2, Lord of Love. This is a connection. Once you guys are able to bring balance to yourselves and each other. But you got to do the uncomfortable and see things in a way that makes you uncomfortable, or else nothing's ever going to change. You can justify it all you want. Well, this person's showing me unstable effort. Like, what do you want me to do? Ignore that? Well, maybe don't react to it. Know when to step back and know how to love them unconditionally. Allow a gray area. Trust me, the moment you do something differently, it's going to change very quickly. Do you see this? Because magician is manifestation. Means changing something because of the energy you put out. Something changes and it changes fast. Lord of Swiftness, 8 of Wands is, you will allow this to change very fast. And I'm getting it's with this person. This is a big lesson. You are at a crossroads right now. Yes. 10 of Pentacles, ultimate union. I'm going to put this, you are at a pentacles. You are at a crossroads right now. There must have been some kind of tower moment, some kind of argument, something happened. And the divine's here to knock on your door before you abandon this. See, Lord of Abandoned Success, 8 of Cups, walking away. Anytime that there's some kind of huge blowout, you walk away. It's done. And then, but you love each other unconditionally. So this is not, this loop is not working. Something has to change. Okay? Right? This is the destruction of an old foundation for a new one to be built. So this is the energy of allowing the old way of perceiving things to be destroyed, so you could walk away from that, and I'll even allow space for something, for a union or something, some kind of balance here. Oh, and it's gonna piss you off. But change is not easy. And I'm telling you, if for whatever reason this person is unable to reflect that, it will put you in a position, any way you look at it, there is a connection here. But like I said, there's a lot of twin flame energy here that I can't ignore. The moon and the sun, masculine, feminine, the yin, the yang, the balance, number 2, the lovers, the voice divine. I mean, you know. Whoa. Hierophant. Spiritual awakening and commitment, and it's underneath the Lover's card. Wow. The Hierophant next to the Ten of Cups, next to the Sun, but this is somebody making something official. This is a union forming. And this person is reaching for it, you see. What's interesting is like the Ten of Cups, it looks like, you see, this is somebody in masculine energy, the Hierophant. It looks like they're looking backwards. Like maybe they were not going for this, but then somebody goes back and it works out. This is going to be hard. Anytime you're trying to balance the dark and the light, it's hard. But I think I don't think this one needs to be very long. I was actually anticipating on making this one a long one, to be honest. I was. Oh my God. You see, the divine doesn't play. They're like, listen, sweetie, when you split the deck, you know how it works here. If I point a card out and you don't pull it out, we're going to make it come out again. There's the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. The Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Hierophant. The Ten of Pentacles is another ultimate union card. It says Lord of Wealth. This is like the Ten of Cups, the ultimate abundance union in terms of love, but this is also making it official and making it materialize. Pentacles signify things on the material plane. So this represents the union in love. This represents the union in terms of moving in together, creating a legacy, having a home, moving, you know, like the actual ins and outs of creating a legacy. That's that in between the Lovers and the Hierophant. Jesus. But you saw how this just got thrown over there like aggressively, because that's the message. But you need to open your heart. Here's the Queen of Swords is a divorced person. The only divorced pair or separated pair, single pair, so to say, in the court cards, which are the kings and queens, are the King and Queen of Swords. This is Ice King and Ice Queen. So this might be, like I said, because of things you've gone through, like it's expected, but you gotta make some change. She's there with a man's head chopped off. That is kind of gruesome. Her face looks like F this. She has a sword. Sword signify your mind, your intellect, your thoughts. So there's no cups here. There's no space for your heart. It's here like, I'm just going to chop your head off. I'm just going to chop your head off. There's a lot of tower moments, etc. that's happening. You need to open up to a different way. But that's what it says, because you're breaking your own heart. Three of Swords. That's what's causing it. Because it's like, you know, this person's acting this way, boom, so I'm going to chop his head off, but then you end up in sorrow anyway. So it's like, you know, well, maybe something has to be handled differently. Maybe you have to see the good in somebody or a situation. Yup, Five of Wands. You know, regardless of the strife. It's a lot of arguments here, conflict. Maybe you just need to let it rock. Learn how to love somebody not expecting anything and just be like, whatever. And if you see that they're testing you or overstepping their boundaries, because that's normal. Maybe, you know, they say I don't want a relationship, but they're going to call you up trying to sleep with you. That is your responsibility. You don't have to turn into the Queen of Swords, chop their head off, okay, and break your own heart and make a scene. You just got to be like, listen, I love you. Well, we decided on this. Hold your boundary. You don't have, it's not black and white. You don't have to explode, chop their head off, create an argument, and just cut the whole thing off either, because you know that has not changed anything, and this person's still in your life, and you're still watching readings for them, right? There's something like missing up here. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, Lord of Shortened Force. Self-imposed imprisonment of your own mind. That's crazy, because literally, I don't even know how it ended up here. But like this kind of explains this. See, the Seven of Swords to the Eight of Swords is a progression. Unstable effort, Lord of Shortened Force. So anytime that you perceive like things are not going your way, you shut it out, right? It's a cycle. It's like this, the moving forward and the judgment in this situation, the healing and the love can't even flourish because it's being blocked by the deception, self-deception, and the self-imposed imprisonment of your mind. The energy of judgment, of healing, letting go of all that, moving forward with this person and letting the love to grow is literally being shortened, like blocked. And again, you can have all the reasons in the world and you might be right, but you have to find a balance to like, I love you unconditionally. I'm also not going to put up with bullshit. I also don't have to argue about it, you know? And allow space for the balance. If you show you can't control another person, but you can control you. And you could also be realistic. Like, listen, I love this person either way. That's not gonna go away. It's unconditional. This is a twin flame connection. So it's deeper than just whatever. But the 10 of Cups, the Hierophant, and the 10 of Pentacles means that at some point, some lesson's going to learn. Once this balances out, this is meant to come together. Even if it's not voiced, you can't perceive it yet, and that's where all the anger comes from. But like I said, you could have somebody tomorrow tell you, you're the love of my life. Everything that you wish this person would tell you, you're the love of my life. I want to get married to you. You're the best. You're everything. And you're like, oh, I wish, it didn't happen with this other person, but I met this great person. That person could end up being the biggest a-hole a year later. Meanwhile, you have somebody that could say the opposite. I don't want to be with you, like, whatever, like, I just see you as a friend, like, whatever. But then they show up giving you unconditional love no matter what. This is because if you're in a twin flame connection, like, you guys are always going to have each other's back no matter what, whatever. And then a year down the line, they're not an a-hole. They still love you, and they still got your back. And it might even turn into a relationship. So what are you valuing, That's what they're trying to say. It's hard. I know it's hard. What's the most likely, you know what? We're going to get more into this, I know. I said I would maybe not make this one so long, but at this point, I want to know where this other person's at. Now let's go into more specific. Tell me more about this other person. Remember, it could be interchangeable. It could be you versus them versus you. It could be about your cat, to be honest. I want to know more about how this person feels about whoever we're talking about, right? Like this other person, how they feel about you. How do they look at the seven? That's how you know they're saying, okay, we got you. How does this other person feel? Oh my God. The Princess of Discs, the kindergarten teacher. What the hell? And the Knight of Discs, the gourmet chef. The teacher and the chef. And then the Judgment, which is the Judgment that's up here. If you are a teacher, if this person is a chef or vice versa, that could be an omen. I always say that, for example, and I'm not just saying that here, this goes for the whole table. Sometimes, and then the moon, look, we were just talking about that, which is the shadow side. Sometimes, I don't have to say it, but if there is my device just shut off. For example, so if you see a candle or a flower or a particular crystal here that stands out to you, that could be a specific sign for you, even if I don't voice it, pick up on little things. This is a progression, even though there's no king and queen, because the Princess of Discs is the page of Pentacles. And then the Knight of Pentacles. It goes page, knight, then king, queen, right? The Page of Pentacles is a small offer, love, a small offer of something stable. It's not like King, Queen of Pentacles that literally are about to start an empire together. It's also an offer of an apology. I always wonder why they picked the kindergarten teacher for this image. This is the Urban Tarot if you're curious. They pick images because, to give some kind of meaning in terms of artwork to the meaning of the card. But this one kind of always stumped me a little bit. But the way that I see it is, because again, the Page of Pentacles, it's little things. So little people, children. And also a teacher, especially of small children, has a very nurturing heart. that is able to accept like small things and also forgive. Like little Johnny hit little Susie. You're like, guys, let's talk about it. You're not like, little Johnny's an abuser and little Susie is a narcissist, you know? I don't know how to explain what I'm saying, but basically, like, if you're a teacher, you're more open and more forgiving and have more space in your heart in general. You are open to nurturing the growth of something. That's what that is. You are open to nurturing the growth of something while being patient as hell. Because teachers are patient. I was a teacher. I am a teacher. I quit teaching, but like teaching as a job, but teaching as a career. So like I'm a teacher still, like in my heart, like forever. I taught for 8 years. You know, so trust me, I know that it takes a lot of patience. I taught middle school and high school. The high school was the most patient, especially because I was one of the youngest teachers in the whole building. Oh my God. Oh my God. They respected me, but it was like they always saw me as the fun teacher. You know me, I'm silly and whatever, and I'm teaching, but I'm still that way with respect. They always try to cross the line. Oh, let me get your Instagram. Let me get this. Let me get that. I was about to say my last name, but I'm not saying that on YouTube. You know? Miss whatever. Yeah, but it takes a lot of patience and stability. Gotta be stable. You can't be an unstable teacher. I've seen it. They get fired real quick. You know? But she's open to the growth. She's dedicated to the growth of human beings with love. And she lets it grow, literally, because then it grows into the Knight of Discs. And I always say, why do they pick the gourmet chef here? There's a reason, because a chef is very meticulous. Like, you don't just go to a restaurant and get a plate of food, okay? Like, it takes a lot of preparation. It takes a lot of, you know, admin work, like, you know, making the list of what you need to buy, etc. Like, it's making the menu and tasting it and testing it out. And then you have the cooks, prep, you gotta do everything. It's, you know, there's a lot. So there's a big element of patience here. They are both patient people, a teacher and the chef. They have to be patient. They have to be patient when things are chaotic. Because running a restaurant is chaotic. It's very taxing, okay? They work like, I have a friend that is, and he tells me all the time, like he works like freaking 12-hour days. I told him today, actually, interesting, before I recorded this reading, that's so funny that card came out. I literally hung up the phone with him and then click record. He doesn't live here. He lives in the United States. I live in the Dominican Republic, right? And he was just telling me, like, I was tired yesterday. I had like a 13-hour day. Gotta have some patience to then wake up the next day and be motivated to do it again. Same thing with teachers. You need to have patience. You have 25 kids in your classroom with complete different personalities. They're not always going to be on their best behavior. You see how all the messages tying in together? It's not black and white. You cannot have a black and white thinking if you're a chef. You can't have black white thinking if you're a teacher. But it's interesting how you can, let's say you could even have these careers and have the capacity not to think in a black and white way. And then when it comes to relationships, you do. I used to struggle with that. I understand that. Because now I'm thinking about myself because I'm actually a teacher. Like, for example, you know the patience I have? I used to, and they were stuffing kids in my classroom. We were overpopulated. I had a class with 35 students, man. 35 high schoolers. 35 hormonal ass, TikTok watching, Instagram posting, Snapchat using, cell phone sneaking. Let me ask my friend for the answer to the test they took in 3rd period before I take it in 6th period, planning, bathroom smoking, bathroom vaping, this girl dating, this boy dumping, high schoolers. 35 in one classroom, and I had 6 classes. So I had like 100 and something high schoolers at one point. You understand? And they loved me, and I loved it. And I was the patience that I had for all those kids and to be able to manage all of those personalities, to the point where when I quit teaching, a lot of them actually did add me on Instagram. It's fine. I don't have a problem with it. Because my Instagram, I don't really post anything. It's just me and my daughter. And I post like once a year. So like, I don't mind. It's very professional, even if it's like, you know, like I'm like, if I add them, it's still very professional. My actual, not my YouTube Instagram. If you want to follow me on my YouTube Instagram, the link is down below in the description box. But my actual one, I'm like, okay, I didn't add all of them, like 6 or 7, because they still love me, you know, and I still love them. And a lot of them are already in college. So I like to see, they're adults now. So I like to see that they're doing well. And sometimes I'll comment, congratulations on this achievement. And it's nice. So it's interesting. I'm saying that I was able to have that kind of patience and that kind of love. It takes a lot of love to be a teacher. And then I would be in relationships, and I'm not going to lie, I could even come here giving you advice and I would get triggered. And you would be like, what happened to the freaking patient, loving teacher? Well, because sometimes what triggers us in particular is relationships, you know? So it could be a situation like that where they're saying with the teacher and the chef, the message is like, apply that capacity that you obviously have to a relationship, you know? It's no black and white thinking. I'll give an example of teaching again. I had a kid that one day was in a bad mood. I don't know what was going on at home. And he was just, I've had instances where kids have like slammed books on the floor, like angry. Something must have happened. I don't know. Maybe they got to fight with somebody in the hallway. I obviously have to call the principal. Hey, something's going on. I'm going to send them down to the office, whatever. The next day, what am I going to say? You threw books on the floor last week. Now, like, whatever. Like, just no, I always give the kid a chance. Always open my heart to the kid. Even talk to the kid. There's no black and white. I'm not going to say this kid acting like this one day, that's how he's going to be for the whole year. I was not like that. There are some teachers that bring black and white teaching, thinking to the classroom. And it's awful. But I've never been that way, you know? So they want you to apply that to this connection, because there is love here. There is unconditional love here. There is a need for patience here. On the path to judgment. In this deck, the Urban Tarot, the Judgment card says the Eon, but it is the Judgment card. You are both going through the Judgment Day process of like releasing old patterns, old ways of thinking, black and white thinking, so that you can make a change. Otherwise, you're in a cycle and you're just hurting yourself. So it's like you have to be realistic at some point. Not everything is gonna turn out exactly how you want it. And it's just sometimes it has to be gray. But there is a big chance that this is gonna come together somehow. There's that 7 of Swords again. Tell me more. Why is this? Yeah, that was the Wheel of Fortune. Well, why is this Princess of Discs here? Oh my God. You want to know what's crazy? I wasn't supposed to put that moon back. I wasn't supposed to. I'm getting chills. The moon was there. If I would have pulled the moon like I was supposed to, which I mentioned, I didn't do with the Ten of Pentacles also. It would have been the sun and the moon again. Holy confirmation. But F it. I'll just do how it came out. The sun is happiness. Just lead with happiness and unconditional love. I know, easier said than done. You might mess up. And don't be hard on yourself. This is not just about how you approach the relationship and the other person, but how you approach yourself. You know. Because if 7 of Swords was the first one, you might, on your way to judgment, you might fall back a couple times, a lot of times, mess up, you know. Be patient with yourself on your path to healing. Knight of Wands, Rock Star. What about that? What's up with the Knight of Discs and the Knight of Wands here? Okay. Dang it. That's the Temperance card. Whoever this Knight of Discs is. Okay, so now let's talk more. They're giving more details. See, the Knight of Discs, the Knight of Pentacles, is a geriatric horse, okay? It is the slowest moving knight. So this is somebody you might want commitment with, is not going to give it to you, is not. They're showing up as a rock star, like either in and out or just showing up with passion and passion only. It's triggering you. So you have some kind of disappointment, melancholy, 5 of Cups. Okay? But meanwhile, what's surrounding this situation is the 2 of Cups again, which we got twice, and the Star card, which is healing and love. Meaning, this person may become slow to come around, but this actually might form into a relationship. You just don't see it. And I don't want to give false hope. Because like I said, if it doesn't end up this way, it will be with someone else, because there's love here either way and there's healing either way. But I'm telling you what it looks like. Okay? For some of you. But not everybody, honestly, because you control your own destiny. But the main message here is being okay with it turning out either way. Like, it's hard, but try to get yourself to that place and try to honor the love for just what it is, without the need of like, this has to end up this way, you know? You really love this person, then let them go. That might change what was going to come out of my mouth as I split this was, and this is the 6 of Cups, which is reconciliation with someone from the past. I was going to say this might either end up like that same mentality, behavior actually will bring you guys together, or it will lead you to someone else. But as I was going to say that, it's the 10 of Cups again. And this time it's underneath the Judgment, the 2 of Cups, which is a union, love, and the 10 of Cups is a union again. And we got it twice. And we got it twice, which is the coming together in a relationship with somebody. Oh my God, I'm done. No, this is confirming it. Lovers, and here they're married. Like I'm gonna obviously leave it here. What? We got the 10 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, the Lovers 2 times. Do you know how significant this is? We got the Love card, the connection 2 times, the 10 of Cups, connection 2 times, and the Lovers 2 times. You know what that means? That means it's mutual. I don't even know what a title is. I don't even think anything I title would be significant enough to show this. Wow. I'm gonna leave it here, you guys. Love and light. Wow. Have a good day. I love you guys. And again, thank you for supporting my channel. If you haven't already, comment down below. A heart and emoji, like. Thank you for all your help. You guys are helping so much. And I just have so much gratitude, just who you are as people. I read your comments and I want to tell you, I don't know why I'm going off on this tangent, but I don't get to respond to everybody because it's impossible to respond to so many people. But I want you guys to, and I'm also a Libra. So I have this whole fairness thing where sometimes I feel bad, like, okay, responding to one person and then I read the next comment and it's so beautiful and then I don't have a chance to, and like that breaks my heart. I know, probably overthinking it because I'm sure you guys get that, but I'm still a Libra and that's just how we are. So sometimes, I just don't respond really, but I read them all. And you guys thank you for your love, your support, not only to me, but to each other. And don't ever let anyone tell you that you don't have a beautiful soul, because I've never seen people with more of beautiful souls than this group in this collective that watches on my channel in my life. Okay? And you deserve the best. Love and light.